Hello, viewers. Welcome to another segment of Tapping In with Julian on Wisconsin Submission Network, where we get to tap into the personalities that drive your local martial arts scene. This interview is sponsored by CWB Fight Club. Visit www.cwbfightclub.com/contact to kick ass now. This interview is also sponsored by D Energy Nutrition. D Energy Nutrition provides personalized one-on-one dynamic nutrition coaching. Whether you're looking to maximize your performance or weight cut without impeding strength or endurance before your next fight, The Energy has you covered. Check out her information in the description of the post below. Today, we're going to meet with Tyler Nelson, who fights for Unified Martial Arts, which is out of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. He just had his debut fight on Saturday, February 5th, 2022. That was this last Saturday. It was for Prfc 21. Which was held in Milwaukee, Wisconsin at the RWB. It was a 3-round battle. The first 2 rounds are back and forth, a lot of stand-up action, lots of jabs back and forth. Tyler's got a good jab. His opponent had a good jab. The 3rd round is where a lot of the action took place. Tyler got rocked pretty good, but he kept his head down. He kept pushing forward. He got the takedown. Eventually, the ref stopped it because of time, and the fight had to go to a judge's decision, where Tyler actually was able to squeeze away the win with a split judge's decision. So that tells you a little bit about how close this fight was. And we're going to get the opportunity to talk to Tyler, and I'm really excited. Hey, Tyler Nelson.
Hey, what's up, man? You guys got me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How are you doing this evening?
Perfect. I'm doing great, man. I just got back from the gym, actually. So
awesome. How was training?
I'm still taking it light. We got a couple guys fighting this weekend on a pancration fight. So I just kind of went there to kind of talk to my coaches, kind of been celebrating this win a little bit. So
right on. I explained in the intro that you just had a fight this Saturday. It was your debut fight. It was a 3-round war. It went to judge's decision, and you were able to get the split decision. So if that says anything about how close the fight was, it was very entertaining. So I appreciate you for that.
Thank you, man. I like putting on a show. I'm glad I could do that for everybody. So
yeah, for sure. So how are you feeling after the fight? It's only been a few days.
I feel great. Obviously, I got a pretty good shiner here and a little baby one over here. But other than that, the body feels great. Like I was laying some kicks, and I was kind of worried about that because I've had bruises on my shins this entire camp, and legs are great. He didn't really touch my body, none at all. So other than the visual damage, I feel fantastic.
Yeah, you look pretty good.
Look tough, right?
Yeah, for sure. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from?
Yeah, so I am 27 years old. I originally grew up in California, so I know there's a little bit of confusion with the military side stuff. I've been in the United States Air Force for almost 9 years now. I'm actually a recruiter out here in Wisconsin. So that's just kind of been my thing. That's how I got out here. Originally, I was an aircraft mechanic, so I was like fixing planes and all that kind of stuff. And I'm headed back to that. Actually moving out to the Seattle area to fix planes here in July timeframe. So.
Wow. So it's coming up. You're going to be moving pretty soon here. Well, thank you for your service. We definitely appreciate that.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for the support.
Yeah, no problem. So what does it feel like to make the walk to the cage for the first time?
Insane, man. I've kind of visualized in my head. I've, walked out with my teammates a couple times, but actually just going through the process is it's something new entirely. I thought I was going to be all hyped up, adrenaline, and I was to a certain extent, but at the same time, wasn't. So, I think I had a little bit of first fight jitters too going into it, but it felt amazing. It really did, especially hearing the crowd roar and you kind of zone in a little bit. So,
sure. I hear a lot of guys have a roller coaster of emotions prior to a fight going in. Do you think that was the case for you?
100%. So, getting a little bit personal here. Everybody associated with my camp knew this. A lot of friends and family knew this. I'm actually going through like a divorce proceedings with my ex-wife and a custody battle over my kids. So the lead up to this was a lot. I mean, I feel like it's a lot regardless, just going into the fight game and going through a camp. But personally, I had a lot of emotions that I had to deal with in addition to training. So it was definitely a roller coaster, but I got the best team around me, man, and the best guys and gals you can have, and they just supported me throughout it all. All of them knew exactly what I was going through. And so, yeah, that win felt good. Making the walk felt good. Putting all the training in and finally getting there felt really good.
Wow, that's pretty rough, man. Sorry to hear some of that's going on. Do you think some of the training is helping you through some of that stuff, though?
Absolutely, especially being surrounded by my team, Unified Martial Arts. Just the coolest people. They pushed me, and but they supported me as well. So yes, definitely training. There were days where I would sit in the parking lot at the gym and be like, I just don't want to do this, but I knew I had to get it done.
Yeah.
And so definitely training was everything I looked forward to in the day. Like even if I was having the worst day, I knew that I can go there, be around my people. It was gonna be a dog of a workout, but it was something I could hang my hat on at the end of the day. So
I have to agree with you. I definitely love the community aspect to martial arts. That's one of the things I personally enjoy about doing it as well. Getting to talk to people like you as well and ask some cool questions. That does kind of lead into my next question about how your fight camp went. It sounds like there was some emotional hurdles. How did it go with the physical aspects of fight camp?
Physically, I felt fine. Not really. I had a couple minor injuries throughout it, but I just kind of toughed it out. My camp's great. My coaches are great. That they knew that, and I could be vocal with them, and they took that into consideration. Being very cautious about things. But as far as like physically, yeah, it was a lot of work. But I was able to get it done, and I think that helped me out in the cage too, because if you put in that preparation beforehand, you get tired beforehand. When you make that walk, it's all easy at that point. All the hard work's been done. So
That's true. That's something our sensei teaches us as well. If you put in the work ahead of time, the fight part is easy. So, speaking of sensei, who taught you your sharp jab that we saw in the first 2 rounds?
So that was kind of the game plan going into the fight, because I knew I was going to be a little bit more lengthy. But and I'm more of a striker anyways, if you guys couldn't tell from the fight. But yeah, Kevin Messer, Alex Brockway, Mike Biddle, Kurt Messer, they all wanted me to establish my jab. So we tweaked it a little bit as far as like setting that up and things to follow after it. But basically all my coaches, but yeah, definitely Kevin, Alex, Kurt, and Mike were the ones that helped me establish that.
Awesome. And those guys are at Unified Martial Arts in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin.
Correct. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I noticed in the third round, you really went through some adversity and it kind of looked like you got rocked maybe a little bit on a cross, possibly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But you kept your head down, you kept pushing forward, you got the takedown. Can you just walk us through that situation a little bit?
So end of the second round, I felt tired, which is weird because I put a lot of hard work in this camp. And just talking to my corner, they said, it's close. We weren't thinking I'm up around, I'm down around. We knew it came down to that third round. And just basically told me to give it my all with a couple more explicitives in there. I know it's a family friendly show. So I kind of caught a second wind. I came out and I've watched the fight back, and I felt like the first 45 seconds that round, I was really tagging him, pressing forward, and he clipped me. I did not see that coming. I came to looking that way.
Yeah.
I'm not a big wrestler. I'm pretty confident in my wrestling, but yeah, he had me hurt, and shot in for the takedown, and once I got it, everything kind of came back to me. So, yeah, and I don't like to do that too often, but it just kind of proved to me, to myself, that I can take that adversity, and I can game, and I can get hurt and keep my stuff together. So.
I agree. Yeah, you looked very composed under that pressure. So I was very impressed with that. I was screaming at the TV. So speaking of getting tired at the end of the second round, did you focus on your diet during fight camp?
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, my coaches, especially Kevin, really helped me out with that. I'm not sure the whole story on it, but originally it's how I was told was this bout was supposed to be at 145. That's going to be my home. And then went to a catch weight of 140. So the weight cut was definitely my biggest issue in this. I know you talked to Jeremy earlier.
Yeah.
And Quick Trip, man, that thing's a killer. Because I'd be standing there grabbing my packet of tuna. That was my dinner for the night. And I never craved cinnamon rolls ever. I couldn't tell you the last time I had a cinnamon roll, but I'd be standing there at the checkout looking down and seeing cinnamon rolls. So I dieted down pretty good. Kevin and Brockway were both checking in with me almost daily when I woke up to see what my morning weight was and stuff. As far as cutting the water weight, I think I cut about close to 10 pounds on weigh-in day of water weight, but I felt fine the whole time. I didn't feel loopy. It sucked. My mouth was very dry. But the diet is definitely a big thing. A lot of avocados and hard-boiled eggs was kind of my go-to, and tuna was kind of my go-to for the weight cut. So.
Sure. So for people not familiar with doing a weight cut, can you just explain kind of what it's like and how brutal it can be?
Yeah, so it's not the best. Like I said, you get cravings for things that you normally would want, or even things that you wouldn't think of that you normally want. So it's just about getting that lean diet. It is brutal because you kind of get used to things you're eating. And if you look up any like even bodybuilders when they're talking about just eating like rice and chicken and stuff like that, and they say we're not eating for pleasure, we're eating for fuel, and that's essentially what you're doing. I was very lucky. I felt like I handled my water cut pretty well, but I know for a lot of other people that's pretty brutal. So you want to definitely diet and get down as close to your weighing weight as you can, because the water weight can hurt a lot of people, and then people have died over it, So I would not suggest what I did fully. I mean, cutting 9 to 10 pounds in water weight was not the best thing to do, but definitely diet, especially if you have a good gym and good coaches like how I do. It helps. Then they'll get you squared away.
And the whole point of the weight cut process is really to just get an advantage and to try and get as close as you can to that target weight class while keeping as much endurance and stamina as possible throughout the fight. So that's really the balance and the challenge that these camps have of coming up with a weight cut process, is how do you balance that? But I think we can move on here. How do you think fighting in Prfc was for your first experience?
I thought it was amazing. Promoters, Jake Clip out there. He is very helpful and very supportive during all this, with especially getting like paperwork done and getting licensed, and everything else with that. The venue, I think it's a pretty cool venue, especially for debut fighter. They put on a good show there. I know they put on shows in other places too. At RWB Milwaukee, it was a great event. It's really fan friendly because everything's pretty close. I've been to other events where even at a VIP table, you're pretty distant from the cage, and right there you could damn near get blood and spit and everything else put on you. So
yeah,
it was fun. It was fighter meeting, everything went great. There, check-in, weigh-ins, PRFC is a great promotion. I was really happy to make my debut for them, and I really hope I can fight for them again, maybe 1 or 2 more times before I get out of here. So
Again, I agree with you. I really like the production that they put on. Seems very professional. Didn't have really any issues with the pay-per-views. Well priced, $25, very affordable for everybody to get their dose of amateur and even professional mixed martial arts here in Wisconsin. So, do you have any advice for other people that are going to be stepping into the cage, maybe in March or maybe in another promotion coming up this year?
yeah, absolutely. Would just be to listen to your coaches, listen to your teammates, your coaches, especially. They're going to push you, but they're trying to break you in practice so that you don't break in the cage. It is nerve wracking. It really is. You're going to go through a roller coaster. But just listen, work hard, keep it straight with the diet, drink lots of water. It's a hell of an experience, but it's the best feeling in the world, walking out there, getting your hand raised. Even when you're in it, just looking somebody in the eyes and getting down to scrapping. It's a great feeling. So
Absolutely. Well, I think that leaves us with our last question. Do you know when the next fight will take place? Do you have any plans on the horizon?
obviously I'm just a couple days out from my last one, a couple days removed. But hopefully here soon. I'm thinking probably end of March, early April. That's what my coaches are telling me. I was in the gym today, and they don't want me sparring or anything. They want me to take a week and kind of enjoy myself. I feel fine physically, but I'm game for whatever. If the opponent makes sense and the weight makes sense and everything else, obviously back-to-back fight camps is going to be a little brutal, but I'm game, man. I'm ready for it whenever. So I don't have anything officially booked yet, but I know all the people at Unified Martial Arts in Fond du Lac and Unified Martial Arts North. They're looking out for me, and they're happy with my performance. Got a couple things to work on, so we'll get there. It'll be soon. Some news coming soon, I'm hoping.
Awesome, man. Well, we really appreciate you taking the time to meet with us today. When you do get that news, please reach out to us. We'd love to promote you. Our goal is for you to be an inspiration to other people that are going to be making that walk, or for anybody that just needs some motivation here in central Wisconsin or abroad, maybe out in Seattle, even when you're out there working on airplanes and everything. So yeah, we look forward to seeing you fight again. Is there anything else that you wanted to add?
Just thanks for the opportunity, man. And definitely anybody that's tuning in this, check out if you're in the Fond du Lac or Indigo areas, check out Unified Martial Arts. We got some gamers, all levels of experience. And I love my gym. I love my teammates, man. I didn't get to say that during my fight interview because I was still a little, coming off that high. But I love my training partners. Couldn't have done it without you guys. So
Awesome. All right. Thanks again, man. Thank you to our sponsors, D Energy Nutrition, CWB Fight Club. This is Julian. We're tapping out. Tyler Nelson. Thank you very much.
take it easy, man.
All right. Bye.